Welcome back to Xbox On, where today we're saying goodbye to April with a roundup of all the month's hottest releases, biggest updates, and coolest Xbox hardware drops. To kick things off, let's have a quick rifle through a few general Xbox updates which came down the pipeline in April. As of April 21st, you no longer need an Xbox Live Gold subscription to play all your favorite free-to-play games. That means you can blast your buddies in Warzone, take a spin in Fortnite's Battle Bus, or climb to the very top of Rocket League without spending a penny. What a time to be a gamer.
Another month, another console update, another bunch of cool features, eh Benny? Just like the shiny new suspend game button, which automatically tells you whether an active game is slowing up your downloads. Then you can suspend it so you don't lose your progress or give up any of that delicious bandwidth. The cloud might be getting bigger, but the outlook is far from gloomy. Cloud gaming will be coming straight to your Apple phone, tablet, and Windows 10 PC in the near future, with beta testing for it having begun in April. So get ready to play wherever you are, just at the press of a button.
FPS Boost has been dusting off classic games and outfitting them with a next-gen frame rate to help them run as fast and smooth as any newer model. This month, a collection of EA games got the boost treatment, with the likes of Titanfall 2, Battlefield 5, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and Mirror's Edge Catalyst all getting a turbocharged 120Hz refit.
Now that those updates have your console running at maximum capacity, you might want to pick up a hardware upgrade or two to really get the most out of it. Fortunately, April also brought a couple of choice pieces along with it. If you only want the best and brightest, the Electric Volt controller is sure to add a dash of sunshine to your gaming setup. And it's even made partially from recycled materials, so if you use it to play a game like, Destiny or Halo, you could save the planet while you're actually saving the planet. But if you prefer something a little more understated, the Daystrike Camo gamepad will also be arriving on May 4th, so keep your eyes peeled for that very, very soon.
If you're all about crystal clear sound and elite engineering, the news that Bang & Olufsen have built an Xbox headset will have been music to your ears. With its adaptive active noise cancellation technology and custom-designed 40mm drivers, this is like the premium headset Tony Stark would cook up in between movies.
April was a bumper month for Xbox Game Pass fans. Certain Ultimate members were invited to test out its new cloud capabilities on new hardware, while the console update added a couple of ace organizational features to make finding your new favorite game even easier, from collections grouped around genre to personalized recommendations. Oh, and there were a bunch of massive titles added to the library too, I guess. Sorry. One of 2021's biggest games rolled straight onto Game Pass to kick off a block-busting month. Playing as a super-powered soldier on a war-torn planet, Outriders is a co-op RPG shooter that's just brimming with fun ways for you and your friends to wreak absolute havoc.
And speaking of havoc, the ultimate urban sandbox returned to Game Pass for console and cloud in April as well, so subscribers can enjoy another trip around San Andreas at no extra cost. So you can embark on a new life of crime either in the game's rich solo story or by jumping online where things really get out of control. 7 years after it first took charge, GTA 5 is still running the block. But if you'd prefer a slightly more wholesome form of chaos, Rain on Your Parade might be more your speed. Playing as a mischievous rain cloud, it's up to you to make sure the whole neighborhood's best laid plans quickly go awry by hitting them with more rain, sleet, and snow than a Scottish summer holiday.
You guys are all aware of baseball, right? It's like cricket, but with less waiting and more hot dogs. But even if you're a complete rookie, Sony San Diego's MLB The Show's Xbox debut is certainly not one to be missed. The latest entry in the series looks to provide the most immersive version of the sport yet. Watch one ball go soaring through the air in luscious 4K 60, and we guarantee you'll be completely hooked. The Earth has been overrun with mutant dinosaurs, and it's up to you to win it back. which sounds like quite a hefty task now I say it out loud, so it would probably be a good idea to have a couple of friends join you in this co-op shooter. Together, you can finally answer the age-old question, what killed the dinosaurs?
Or if you're really not so keen on the old human race, why not take control of an alien invader instead? Lovingly remade for a new generation of uncouth extraterrestrials, Destroy All Humans is back with all the futuristic weaponry, eerie mind powers, and general sense of chaos that made it such a hit in the first place. But just because some slick new game walks into town, that doesn't mean you can just ignore all your trusted favorites. Fortunately, many of our favorite titles also got some new bells and whistles to help hold your attention.
The third season of Rocket League came surging into view in the beginning of the month, bringing with it a bunch of speedy new items and upgrades. That includes the fearsome-looking Tyranno model, which is sure to have the other team thinking twice before they put a challenge in. With a gigantic new boss that promises to provide one of the stiffest challenges the series has ever seen, the Director's Cut DLC is sure to push even the most seasoned Vault Hunter to their limit. And once you've done squashing space bugs, there's also an interplanetary murder mystery to solve. Ain't no rest for the wicked, eh?
Bonjour tout le monde. The fourth world update to Microsoft Flight Simulator was also cleared for landing earlier in April, and this one has a distinctive French flavor to it. Whether you want to loop around the Eiffel Tower or swoop down over some sleepy seaside village, consider this your all-access pass to the land of fine wine and questionable pop music.
The next piece of April's AAA updates, Sea of Thieves set sail on a brand new voyage with the launch of Season 2. Don't expect it all to be plain sailing though. The new season introduces the Forts of Fortune, which are even more deadly than other skeleton forts, featuring a relentless wave of undead enemies determined to drag you and your mates to the bottom of Davy Jones's locker. But if you're more of a trader than a fighter, Season 2 has also expanded the emissary system to allow savvy sailors to make their fortune by selling their wares out at different outposts.
In Rainbow Six Siege, it's important to plan for every eventuality. A hidden bomb, a hostage situation, even the mechanized corpse of a sewer rat being piloted by a psychotic genius who also happens to be a pickle. As of April 15th, players can hop over to a parallel dimension where Pickle Rick and his Gromflamite foes are the ones duking it out across the tactical shooters maps. In Call of Duty, the battle never ends, but the battlefield is constantly changing. With the launch of Season 3, Cold War players now have a selection of new maps to fight over, as well as new weapons like the PPSH-41 and Swiss K-31 to take with them. And their brothers in arms over on Warzone will also have to refamiliarize themselves with the terrain, with a Cold War themed refresh of the map arriving to keep things interesting. Raven sure do know how to go out with a bang though, closing out Season 2 with a nuclear event in Verdansk to stop the zombie infestation, which ended up sending us back in time to Verdansk 84.
The Lost Gods introduced us to a new hero named Ash, who has been chosen by Fenyx to help bring back those aforementioned gods. Don't know how you can lose an entire god though, seems a bit careless to me really. Anyway, The Lost Gods also offered a new spin on the game's mythological brawling with the introduction of top-down sections, lending a suitably retro feel to a game that's steeped in the classics.
Finally, April was also a great month for gamers who like to plan ahead, with a handful of major announcements about the games we'll be playing later in the year. Age of Empires fans are used to watching things play out over huge passages of time, but even they must be getting a little itchy for a new installment in the series. Fortunately, the fourth game will be well worth the wait if April's fan preview was anything to go by. Featuring a host of different campaigns, loads of mechanical tweaks, and the introduction of brand new elements like wall combat and war elephants to knock down said walls. Age of Empires 4 looks set to be far more than just a trip down memory lane.
Speaking of long waits though, April marked the 16th year since everyone's favourite child psychic first ran away to join the circus. But the kid with the big goggles and the badass mind powers will soon be making his grand return in Psychonauts 2, ready to follow on straight from where the original story left off as if nothing happened. Best of all, Double Fine took to Twitter in April to confirm that the long-awaited sequel would be arriving at some point during 2021. They don't know what the exact release date is going to be, and I'm afraid they didn't share it, so I don't know, I'm not a mind reader, you figure it out.
Last year, the team behind the long-running WWE series made a bold decision. Rather than working frantically to get a game in place for their 2020 deadline, they would take a year out to give themselves the time to create something special. April gave us the first glimpse of what that might be, with a teaser trailer that confirmed WWE 2K22 would be arriving this year. Details might be thin on the ground right now, but we're still all kinds of excited. Sometimes you have to go a year without smacking anybody around the head with a steel chair to really realize how much you appreciate it. You know?
So no matter how many April Fool's Day pranks you fell for, it was hard not to have a good time this month. Between the pure anarchy of Outriders, the bombshell ending to Warzone's second Cold War season, and the promise of new adventures to set sail for in Sea of Thieves, it was just an incredibly fun time to be playing games. Let us know in the comments how you've been spending your April, and we'll be back soon with tons more stuff for you to get excited about in the months to come. Feel free to throw us a like before you go, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!